I'm Nidhi, and I am the co-founder of Silver Talkies. Silver Talkies is a Bangalore-based organization which has been working with the 55 plus since 2014. And ever since the pandemic started, we actually have become a pan-India community where we now have people joining us from different parts of the country and even from other countries. We have Fauzia who keeps attending our events from Bangladesh. And like her, we have other people who join us from other countries as well. So a very warm welcome to all of you from whichever city and whichever country that you may be joining us from. We are very happy to have you here. And the idea behind Silver Talkies has always been to create awareness, to add more happiness, more activities, create a very active lifestyle for senior citizens, which we do through our work where we organize events like these. Mr. Rakesh is saying he's joining us from Toronto. Thank you so much, Mr. Rakesh. Lovely to have you here. So yeah, so we, lovely to see all of you reporting your cities now. That really shows, how being virtual has really brought all of us together. It feels like a large community which is spread across far and wide. So wonderful. So as I was saying, so at Silver Talkies, we, the idea is to promote active and healthy aging and also create awareness by sessions like these that we are holding today. And also create a lot of learning opportunities. So we, have been having, right now we are starting with art classes this month. We have theater workshops coming up. We finished with a creative writing workshop. We have bhajan classes, yoga classes. So based on, diverse interests that any individual may have, you can pick and choose what you want to join, what you want to learn. We have French classes and various other things which we have finished, and we are planning so much more, right? And we also run a club called the Silver Talkies Club, where anybody who's 55 plus can become a member from anywhere in the country and abroad. And you become a part of this close-knit community, as a club would be, right? It's a social group where you get to know other individuals, other like-minded people, and make friends and friendships. So that, it's a very warm feeling that you get when you see people, kind of getting to know each other. And right now they are really discovering multi-city friendships. So it's been really, really beautiful journey since 2014, and I'm happy that we are here today. And today's event, as I said, the idea is to interact with, thank you, Veena, to interact with the residents of Primus Reflection, because, I think with the pandemic happening, a lot of you reached out to us, with an intention of exploring retirement communities, because I think the panic, the confusion, the uncertainty, which came in along with the pandemic really left all of us, really dazzled. We really didn't know how to handle it. And I think with age, it also became difficult because we were told that, senior citizens are at risk, they should stay home, they were vulnerable, they were in the high risk category. And we had that time where you really could not step out. It was advised that stay under strict lockdown. And I remember when it happened, we also had started a volunteer initiative where we had volunteers who were actually helping out seniors get groceries or medicines, even something like diesel and all for their water pumps. So we had requests like those coming in from Bangalore, and our volunteers really stepped up and helped out. Right. So those were the times. And I think during this last 1.5 years, has seen a lot of interest picking up in retirement communities. And we've had some of these interactions in the last few months with others, where he has spoken about the concept and what is the ideology, what is the philosophy that it runs on. And today's interaction is primarily, as I said, to bring firsthand experience of residents, to ask them questions, how life has changed for them ever since they have moved into a retirement community, how it was before, how it is now, and what is it that they really enjoy being at, doing, or why they feel a retirement community is a good place for them. Mr. Chandrasekhar and Anjali Kulkarni. I am told that Anjali ji is more comfortable talking in Hindi. So I will try my best to ask my questions to her in Hindi. And the pace will be a little slow today. I hope all of you can understand. So please, let's just enjoy this interaction, hear out some people who actually are already at a retirement living community. So a very warm welcome, Uma ji, Anjali ji, and Mr. Chandrasekhar. You can unmute yourself right now. So why don't we start with, I haven't had the opportunity to ask each one of you individually, how long have you been staying at Primus Reflection? Uma ji, would you like to share with us? How long have you been at Primus?
It's around a year. Yeah, just a year.
Just a year. Mr. Chandrasekhar was telling me he came in around 2.5 years ago. Is that right, Mr. Chandrasekhar? How long have you been staying at Reflection?
Myself, Chandrasekhar?
Yes, sir.
November 18, to be exact.
November 2018. Okay. And how about you, Anjali ji? आप कितने टाइम से हैं वहाँ पर Reflection में?
2 years. 2 years.
2 years.
Yes.
Okay. आप बैंगलोर से ही हैं?
नहीं, मैं पूना से आ रही हूँ.
आप पूना से बैंगलोर आई?
हाँ, बैंगलोर. महाराष्ट्र से मैं बैंगलोर आई हूँ.
और बैंगलोर आने की वजह पुणे में भी बहुत सारी रिटायरमेंट कम्युनिटी है.
हाँ, बहुत सारे हैं. इधर हमारे रिलेटिव्स है बेंगलोर में. हाँ, बेंगलोर में. Okay. मेरे भाई और बहन के बच्चे सब है इधर. और बेटा अमेरिका में है और बेटी बॉम्बे में है. इसलिए हम इधर थोड़ा सा अच्छा है. हाँ, इसलिए आ गए.
Good. Uma ji, how about you? What brought you to Reflection? What were your reasons to move to a retirement community?
Actually, we are born and brought up in Mumbai. And I've been traveling across all the states for various reasons, for jobs and even for my family. So the last I was in Coimbatore, and Coimbatore is a hub of retirement people.
Right.
Yes.
They have been the pioneers, that city.
So I had been to all those places, and that was, I don't know, I wasn't very happy with it. So then the last resort was coming to Bangalore, and that's how we landed in Reflections.
Okay. So let me ask you this, when you were thinking about moving to a retirement community, did you have any criteria which you had set out for yourself? What was your deciding, what were the factors that went into that decision process?
The first thing was cosmopolitan, because I come from a place from Mumbai, which is cosmopolitan. So I wanted to be there. And since I've traveled across Goa, then Kerala and Tamil Nadu, I knew how the difference is. So the first thing was I wanted a place where I'm going to be comfortable with everyone there. That was the first thing. Second thing is the food. The food, that was very important, because what I found in Coimbatore was just rasam and sambar, and that wouldn't have worked for us at all. So that was the second thing. So these were the basic things. And third is, of course, Bangalore is quite, international flights connection and all that. My son is abroad. So these were the things which mattered.
Okay. Mr. Chandrasekhar, what were your reasons to move into a retirement community?
Earlier we were staying in Hyderabad. Hyderabad is a normal apartment. So here, actually my children motivated us to come to senior community. When my mother passed away in 2013, my children started asking me, what is there in Hyderabad? So you move. My son told him, because my daughter is here at Bangalore, we moved to Bangalore. Okay. In fact, this flat was booked in 2014, November only.
Okay.
2014. So I was waiting when it is going to be completed. And when it is ready for occupation, I immediately occupied.
Okay.
In fact, I was the first person, and very few people were there at that time. And slowly people moved. By December, about 30 families moved. So we are comfortable here. Overall, I should say it's good.
So how many residents are there currently?
Now there are 75.
Okay.
75.
Okay. And tell us, how does a typical day look like, in your life at a retirement community? Anjali ji, आप बताएं. Daily आपकी दिनचर्या क्या रहती है? आप क्या करते हैं पूरा दिन?
मैं सवेरे से बहुत बिजी रहती हूँ. एक बार ब्रेकफास्ट आई थी ना, ब्रेकफास्ट करके इधर उधर घूम के फिजियोथेरेपी क्लास रहता है, फिजियोथेरेपी क्लास रहती हूँ, बाद में मेरे के पेंटिंग क्लास रहते हैं, पेंटिंग क्लास के जाती हूँ, और उसमें लंच का टाइम होता है, लंच करके घर में, बाद में फिर 4:30 बजे कॉफी को आती हूँ नीचे, और 5 o'clock इवेंट, इवेंट के बाद और थोड़ा सा इधर उधर घूमते हैं, और फ्रेंड्स, बहुत फ्रेंड सर्कल है मेरे को, इसलिए मैं घर में थोड़े देर रहती हूँ, इसलिए मेरे बच्चे पूछ रहे हैं कब फोन करेंगे, कब कब रहते हैं घर में, थोड़े देर भी घर में, बाकी सब में बाहर ही घूमती रहती हूँ, और मेरे को बहुत अच्छा लगता है इधर। शुरू में मेरे को लगता था इधर मैं पूना से इधर आ गई है, कैसे मैं एडजस्ट हो रही हूँ, नहीं होने वाले, सब मेरे को बताते नहीं मत जाओ मत जाओ, बेटे भी रहते थे, नहीं इधर एक बार आ गए ना, आए तो मेरे में पूना में घर भी है, फिर भी मैं इधर एक बार आई ना, मेरे फ्रेंड सर्कल इतना अच्छा हुआ, इतना प्रोग्राम है, सब प्रोग्राम में मैं करती हूँ, और एंजॉय करती हूँ, मैं बहुत एंजॉय करती हूँ, बहुत अच्छे लगते हैं।
लैंग्वेज कभी बाधा बना है, मतलब आप इंग्लिश कंफर्टेबल नहीं है, उस वजह से कभी आपको परेशानी हुई?
नहीं, क्या होता है उधर मराठी थे ना, मैं मराठी में ज्यादा ये करती हूँ पूना में, हाँ, इसलिए मेरे को ज्यादा होता है।
नहीं तो अभी जब आप रिफ्लेक्शन में हैं, तब बातचीत के लिए आप कौन सी लैंग्वेज में बात करती हैं? आप
कन्नड़ में करती हूँ।
आपको कन्नड़ आता है?
कन्नड़ आता है। मैं आधी बेंगलुरु में रहती थी, मेरे मैके बेंगलुरु है, मैं बाद में शादी के बाद में, हाँ शादी के बाद मैं महाराष्ट्र में, सब सर्विस महाराष्ट्र में हो गए, मैं बाद में इनका तबीयत ठीक नहीं थी, इसलिए मैं सोचती क्या करेंगे, मैं अकेले क्या करें, बच्चे बाहर हैं, इसलिए पूछ लिया, मेरे भाई ने बता दिया इधर एक है देख लो, मैं देख लिया, हाँ इधर रहने के बाद मेरे को बहुत अच्छा लगा इधर ही।
Uma, you tell us. So Anjali ji was talking about the painting classes and all, right? Now, is that something which is standard, which everybody has to participate or participates in, or do you have options available?
No, it's not necessary. I mean, if you like it and you want to do it, you're free to do it. Okay. So yeah, so it's not that we have these classes so that those who want to do it or want, to increase your hobbies or you're inclined to that, so it's fine. Like you can choose it. That's how it is.
So how is your day any different from what Anjali ji spoke just about?
Yeah, my days are different because I'm not very much out. I have to be because of my husband, I have to be inside. But then my at about 4:30, 5:30, I'm out for a walk, and then of course a nice hot coffee in the cafeteria, and then go back, and then it's the whole day. It's really you're busy actually, and then there are events also. There are so many things which you can be doing. And I get time to do something on the computer, my other things. Maybe otherwise, it would have been difficult. If I was living in my own house, then, I'll have to do the shopping and I have to go out and think about everything. Here, like, I'm having enough time. So I can do my mails, I can do on my laptop, I can do various things. So I get time for that. And then, yeah, of course. And as Anjali said, that the ladies group is a very big group, and everybody chats, and they're so happy and laughing around with it.
So do you cook for yourself or do you use the cafeteria services only?
No, actually what happens is I'm a very good cook. So the morning, the afternoon, everything till evening it's that. And night, I cook whatever my special things, what my husband misses. So I cook that. And of course, there are some limitations because this is a senior living. So the spiciness and things, can't happen. So I take it home and then I add to all my spices and my taste.
To it.
So I'm very happy with it. And because, it saves a lot of time. Otherwise, I would have to be doing the main cooking, basic cooking. Here, what happens is I just have to add to my taste. That's it.
Mr. Chandrasekhar, would you like to share with us your opinion about the food facility?
My day starts at morning 5:30. 5:30, come out by 6 o'clock walking. Then cafeteria, 6:30 coffee. Then go home, have a bath. Again 8:30 breakfast. Then again come out for walking. Again 10:30 group exercise. Our physiotherapist does group exercise, half an hour exercise, moving all the limbs. So it goes on for up to 11 o'clock. Then after 11 o'clock, come read paper. That goes on up to 12, 12:30. Again 12:30, lunch. Very good lunch. Good lunch.
Okay.
That is how the morning. Again evening, your events are there, like tombola or some quiz program. All these things are there. Again evening, one more walking, another half an hour. Go back home.
So I have a question. This is a very common question, which which I have heard from people who are contemplating, getting into a retirement community. The first question that comes up to their mind is, will I get bored, or will I get overwhelmed by just seeing older people around me? Would I want to stay in a community where I see younger people also? Is that something which you have experienced, Umaji?
Yeah, of course. My husband, yes. My husband is one amongst them. So it does, it is a challenge for him. It is a challenge for him, so because he's been used to all living in these communities with all small children and youngsters and things like that. So it does make a difference. But slowly, I think, because we require help now. And you can't expect somewhere where, you are going to be living alone with no help. That makes a lot of difference. So you have to make choices, and that is much better. If you have to think about what is it, it's, you just can't be thinking that we don't have people here, and you can very well take breaks, if you want. I mean, I've been also thinking that just because of the pandemic. Otherwise, we can just take break. You want to go to some place, live in for some 15 days, or, travel and come back. So I don't think that will make a difference. That's how I've been managing my husband's emotional side.
So, Mr. Chandrasekhar, does your family visit you here?
Yes, my son visits every year almost. He stays in US. So whenever he comes, we go on a holiday.
And does he stay with you in your apartment? He stays with you only?
Yes, he stays with us only. And dining facility is there. So dining is common. Cafeteria, we take breakfast, everything. We go on a holiday. Like India, or last year we went to Dubai.
Okay.
My daughter is also staying in nearby only.
Okay.
5 kilometers. She visits us. Whenever she wants, she will. We also go there.
So you still have that flexibility to be around your family, right?
In fact, one of the main reasons for me to move is because my daughter is here. That was also one of the reasons.
Okay. What can you share with us about the medical facility available?
Medical facility,
since you have been staying there the longest, you were one of the first few to move in, right? So can you share something about the medical facility?
Yeah, recently I will share what happened very recently. My wife was suffering from back pain. So she consulted a physiotherapist here, Dr. Chetan, and he has done a very good job. So he has done given some exercises, and he has given some treatment, steam bath and everything. And it was quite, I'm happy with the result. I was able to get, she was able to get cured. She is perfectly all right now. That is my recent experience.
So can you share any other example of any emergency which may have arisen at the premises with somebody, not necessarily with you, but with anybody else, any other resident? How was it handled? What's the procedure in place for handling medical emergencies?
Medical emergency, senior nurse is here. She is on call. Any difficulty, any problem, they should just connect her, call her, and she will do the necessary of admitting in hospital. And doctor also is there on call. She advises nurse to take the correct action. And some people got admitted in hospital also. Nearby hospital, they got admitted and they got cured.
Okay. So Anjali ji, इस वक्त कोविड टाइम में मतलब जब बाहर बहुत कुछ हो रहा था, वहां क्या सिचुएशन थी? रिफ्लेक्शन में कैसा था सब कुछ?
रिफ्लेक्शन पे हमको कुछ भी ज्यादा नहीं हो, मैंने मीन्स कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ा। बाहर इतना ये है, इधर कोई भी फर्क नहीं। मेरे फ्रेंड्स का फोन आते थे, आप क्या कर रहे हैं, तुम कैसे बेल करती हो, टाइम कैसे स्पेंड करती हो, हम उधर बहुत बोर हो हैं। मैं बता दी, बोर नहीं हो रहे हैं, इतना अच्छे अच्छे इतने इवेंट्स है, और फूड, और काम बाई काम को हाउसकीपिंग मेरे को एक भी तकलीफ नहीं हुआ और कुछ भी फर्क नहीं पड़ा। इसलिए हम
आप सबका वैक्सीनेशन हो गया?
हाँ, हो गया ना, हो गया। इधर ही बोल देते हैं उनको, सबका वैक्सीनेशन हो गया। बहुत अच्छे ट्रीटमेंट करते हैं और फूड से सब बहुत अच्छे हैं।
पर जब लॉकडाउन था तब कैसे था? तब आप बाहर आते थे कि तब आपको घर पे रहने के लिए बोला गया?
नहीं, बाहर आते थे, डिस्टेंस रहते थे, एक ही टेबल में दो, सिर्फ दो एक टेबल में, इसलिए मास्क पहन के और डिस्टेंस रख के, और ग्रुप्स बता दिया था, 12 बजे एक ग्रुप और 1 बजे 2 बजे ऐसे ग्रुप्स बता दिया था। उस टाइम में हम जाके खाना खा के आते थे और डिस्टेंस रखते थे, इसलिए कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ा हमको, कुछ भी नहीं था।
तो आप खाना खुद बनाती हैं कि आप कैफेटेरिया यूज करती हैं?
मैं कैफेटेरिया में कुछ भी घर में नहीं होता। इतने साल कर करके मेरे बच्चे इसलिए बताते हैं, तुम जाओ ऐश करो, मजा करो, इसलिए मैं आ गई इधर। और कभी
no,
भी
I must share this in English with everyone who probably doesn't understand Hindi. So what Anjali ji is saying, that she doesn't cook at all. She uses the cafeteria facility because she has raised her hand. She will not cook anymore. She wants to enjoy life now.
इस स्टेज में हाँ मैं एंजॉय कर रही हूँ। और मेरे को अभी हो रहा है पेंटिंग क्लास, म्यूजिक क्लास, सबको मैं ज्वाइन हूँ। अभी मेरे को टाइम मिल गया है, इतने दिन बच्चों को सब पढ़ा दिया, सब कर दिया, अब मेरे को खुद को अभी मेरे गोल्डन लाइफ इधर, मेरे को बहुत अच्छा लगता है।
Very good. So Uma, share with us what I saw a question popping up in the in the chat box. Somebody wants to know what is a typical menu for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Oh my God! If you ask me that, it is, it's so much of a variety. For breakfast, for breakfast there's always one fried item. If there's an idli, then there'll be idli, there'll be vada. That's the usual Mondays. And then there's cornflakes, bread toast, eggs, egg omelette, tea, coffee, green tea. It's endless. So the morning breakfast is so many things there. And there's hot water. And of course, now during pandemic, there's kada, kashaya. So that is also there. And that's the breakfast. The lunch is, lunch is also, sometimes wonder, I think maybe because we are in Primus, we get all these things. There are 3-4 types of rice. There's one brown rice, there's one soft rice, there's one usual rice, there's one curd rice, and there's a special rice. And then there's a masala curry for the North Indian especially. Then there's one palya, the Bangalorean type. Then there's papad, there's, these cucumber, tomatoes, and all those things, salad. So there's a lot of things. There's a lot of things. I really wonder. There's so many things. And
but then if somebody has say, if somebody is diabetic or if somebody has a heart issue, is the menu customized for them? Is it tailored for?
I mean, you have brown rice. You have brown rice, you can very well have that. And there's dal, which is even, a plain dal, and a spicy dal. If you are a heart person and you don't want to have the spicy dal or the sambar, you have a dal. So there's everything. You have so much of a choice. You can very well do that. My husband is diabetic too.
Okay.
So, and then there's so many things, so I don't think that's a problem. The food is, you have to think what you have to have, because then there are special days when we have Fridays, there are sweet, there's one sweet. So then there's pav bhaji. Mumbai, I still know that. So there's all these things. Then there are snacks with tea in the evening. Some days they are just rusk and biscuits, and some days there are some different type of snacks. So
I think the variety that you're talking about, I'm sure there is a question which is coming up in people's mind, that is that even healthy at that age? What is your opinion of that?
Do you think that you're just going to be eating healthy all the time, especially at this age? There are going to be times because you don't go out, right? And everybody, feels like having it. You want to have it, you have it. You don't want to have it, you can just go for a rusk, a plain rusk. And I don't think at our age, all of us, there is something, you just can't be doing this every day, go drab, cooking, the drab food or just the karela and, just can't be having it. That's what I feel. So I'm happy with it. And there are so many choices, no? So there are people here who don't want to have, when you have the finger fries there, they don't want to have that. So then they go for the tea, they go for the rusk, they go for the biscuits, the diet biscuits. So there is an option, it's free, you're free to choose.
Okay. So Mr. Chandrasekhar, while we are on the topic of food, right, in terms of your medical checkups and stuff, are your vitals checked on a regular basis? What is the protocol around that? What kind of service is provided for that?
Blood test, we can do blood test here. They collect the blood here and send it to laboratory here. So getting the laboratory result comes by evening. The doctor sees all the results and give prescribed medicines. In fact, last month I got checked all my lipid profile and everything. My sodium potassium levels are imbalances there. So she prescribed medicines. We have taken.
But how about the regular checks, like checking your sugar levels or checking your BP? How about those things?
Regular checkup, depending on whether you are diabetic or diabetic people, they regularly check up every month here. That's what I am seeing. Every month. Breakfast, fasting blood sugar, and post lunch sugar they check up. And accordingly, the doctor prescribes medicines or continue with the old medicines.
Okay. So while you've been there for last 2.5 years, has there been any arrangements for outings and all? Have you traveled as a group, where residents have gone out? Have any such arrangements been made? Any such outings being planned or done?
Definitely, we have gone out. I think 2008, 2015, we went to one mall also, and we visited Bangalore. There was a bull temple. We visited. So local places we visited. Lal Bagh here. Those days. Now because of pandemic, the outing is restricted.
Right. अंजलि जी आप कुछ कह रही थी? हाँ, आप कुछ बता रही थी?
या मैं बताती हूँ. हम आने के बाद 2-3 ट्रिप है किया, बाहर घूमने को गया. एक गाड़ी करके हम बहुत एंजॉय किया और एक मूवी देख लिया और 2-3 रेस्टोरेंट पे 2-3 दिन खा लिया और बाद में बुल टेम्पल, लाल बाग, सबको घूम के 2-3 बार हम एंजॉय किए हैं एक बस करके.
बट ये सब जो ऑर्गेनाइज किया, ये आप रेजिडेंट्स ने मिलकर किया कि ये प्राइमस की टीम ने आपके लिए ऑर्गेनाइज किया और आप सब इकट्ठे गए? कैसे था ये अरेंजमेंट, कैसा था?
और मैं मेंबर्स है ना रिफ्लेक्शंस का, वही बता दिया.
Uma, you want to share anything on that?
Yeah, because I think they have even gone to Shatayu, that's a resort, an Ayurvedic resort. And I think that was done by these people. Of course, I wasn't there. I did visit Shatayu afterwards. So we have an event manager here, Mr. Chengappa, who does all these things. And I think he arranges.
He's brilliant at it. He's brilliant.
Yes.
I have seen him in action.
No, not only this event, he takes care of even the sad events too. Okay. So yes, he does take care of events when you're suddenly hospitalized and things like that. So he is our, Friday, Man Friday. So yes, so he does a lot of things, and I think he's been arranging all these things. And many of these people have gone. Of course, I came during pandemic, so there's been nothing in the last 1 year. But I know that they have been doing a lot of things.
Okay. Now, since you've been here for a year and you said there is a lot of activity, there are a lot of residents that you interact with. Have you ever felt you out of place, or you were not able to gel well with people? Has that ever been, or it's a very well-knit community? How does it work?
No, it's not that you're out of place or something. I'm quite happy with things, you know.
Okay.
Maybe, I don't know, it's my personality maybe, but then I gel with many of them, with most of them.
No, the
So
reason why I asked this question is I think, especially as one ages and is used to a certain lifestyle and being around a certain set of people, I think uprooting yourself and transitioning and moving into another location sometimes may feel that how will I settle down with a new set of people? Will I be able to make friends? Will I be able to really gel well with people? So when you were moving, did you have any such reservations, any such anxiety or any such questions in your head?
yeah, that was one reason. That's the reason why I didn't want to be sticking in Coimbatore, you know. So because I wanted a cosmopolitan, like I said, I wanted some background like that. And then coming here, I think is Primus is so much of cosmopolitan. You have everybody here. I mean, different castes and languages being spoken. So and there's going to be, what happens is there are so many ages, right? You know, from I think 58 till 90. So this is the age group, you know, there. So it's actually fine, and we have, we gel with everybody, especially the morning coffees. Mr. Chandrasekhar joins. We are just about 4-5 people. We have coffee in the morning, and it gives us so much of vigor for the whole day. We just chat, and that's a really nice thing.
Wonderful. Mr. Chandrasekhar, could you share with us what are the kind of facilities which are available? Like, you have indoor games and other things. Could you share a little more about that?
You got a games room. There billiards you can play. You can play caroms. And there are all board games are there. Board games can be played. There is a gym. Gym also all equipments are there. So we can go and have our exercise there.
Okay.
In fact, we are using one that cycle. That one cycle is there. That is the static cycle. To give strength to legs, daily 15 minutes cycling we are doing there.
Okay. And how about, are there any outdoor game facilities available? Outdoor games.
Outdoor badminton court is there.
Okay.
You can play badminton also.
And is there a swimming pool available?
Very few people play. Swimming pool is there, but now because of after pandemic has come, we have stopped using it.
Right.
Initially we used 2019, nothing was there, We had a good time there. After pandemic came, everything restricted.
But are the residents active in playing all these games? Do you guys really use those facilities? Are all of you active in using these facilities?
People are using it. All gym people who wanted, they are using it. It is there. All equipments are there. And any doubt, Mr. Changappa will guide.
Okay. Lovely. So Uma, tell us, how about accessibility? How, if you have to travel to the city, right? Because it's still like off Kanakpura Road. It's right opposite to the Art of Living ashram, and the metro station is still not there, right? It's still a few stations away. So how do you manage traveling if you have to come to the city?
Yeah, actually, that was a big thing. Before coming here, we sold off our car. We didn't want to bring a car because, again, we are not going to be traveling every day. And we have stopped driving now. So then you need a driver. So the best thing is, we found out here that there are call taxis, there's Ola, there's Uber, there's everything, there's an auto. And you can very well, even there are some numbers whom you can call, suddenly you want something. So, and even go to the hospital, you have an ambulance, so you can immediately, be going there. So I don't think accessibility is a problem. It's quite easy, and it's not very far from, JP Nagar or the market. So, it's around 9-10 kilometers.
Okay.
And of course, you want to buy something. We have a concierge person. He does everything for us. Okay. So you don't need to be going, to buy something, or there's a now of late we have a fruit vegetable man coming here twice in a week. So he brings, so you can go and just pick up whatever your fresh veggies or fruits or something like that. So that's there. And of course, people who want to buy grains or cereals or something like that, this he goes, our Pramod goes once in a week and gets everything from DMart or wherever. And we have a person who's delivering medicines for us. So if you just place an order in the morning, by evening you get your medicines. So there are a lot of help. Yes.
How about banking facilities? Is there an ATM available inside?
No ATM.
No. Okay.
There's no ATM.
No ATM.
But then again, our man Pramod, so he helps me out in case of emergencies.
Okay. Okay.
Otherwise, there is an ATM, I think, around a kilometer or something. It's quite close by. But only thing is, because of the pandemic, we used to get scared to go. But it's not very far. Any ATM is around, 1.5 kilometer.
And Anjali ji, since it's, premises बिल्कुल आर्ट ऑफ लिविंग आश्रम के सामने है, आपने कभी उसको यूज किया? आप कभी गई हैं वहां पे? आर्ट ऑफ लिविंग आश्रम जाती हैं?
हाँ, एक बार गई थी उधर, और बाद में कोरोना शुरू हो गया ना, इसलिए एक बार जाके सब देखे मैं आई हूँ, और मेरे सहेली भी आ गए थे आर्ट ऑफ लिविंग को देखने के लिए। हम सब आके उधर खाना वगैरह खा के इधर आ गए, ज्यादा टाइम नहीं गए।
तो आप हमें अब ये बताएं कि आपने आपका घर रेंट पर लिया है कि आपने खरीदा है?
खरीदा है।
How about you, Uma? Are you on rent or have you purchased?
I've also purchased it, but there are people who are living on rent. There are flats available for, yes, there are.
Because there were questions in the chat box which came up about, is rental option available, right? Yeah, Sam, that's exactly what they said. Rental is available. And in fact, Mr. Chandrasekhar, one of the common questions which gets asked is non-veg food allowed?
Non-veg is not there. Egg is there, omelette is there, boiled egg is there. That is what non-vegetarian.
But if somebody wants to have non-veg food, can they make it in their house?
Definitely.
Is that allowed?
Of course.
Yes, definitely it's allowed, because you have got your kitchen is there. You're free to cook whatever you want.
Okay. So you're allowed to bring in non-veg food, have it, you can cook it in your kitchen. It's just that it is not provided in the cafeteria, right?
Cafeteria, only egg, omelette, and the egg is allowed, that's all. Only egg they provide. And omelette.
And how about alcohol? I'm sure there are people who enjoy their drink. So how about that? Is that allowed? Do you have a bar facility, or are people allowed to drink in their own houses? Is there any mechanism to have alcohol there?
Alcohol, there is no bar facility, but if you tell our this one, Coin Storage man, he gets liquor for you.
Okay.
There is no bar.
I see a lot of smiling faces right now in the room, especially the men. They're all smiling and laughing about it. They're very happy to hear that. Lovely. Okay, I see a question. I'll just take it up real time right now. How far is your closest shopping complex?
1.5 kilometer.
Which one would it be?
Brigade. It's in Brigade.
Half kilometer.
Yeah. Oh, Brigade. Which Brigade?
Brigade, half kilometer.
Okay.
Meadows. Brigade Meadows.
Brigade Meadows.
And then, there's a shopping complex there?
Yeah.
Yes.
Mall.
And
there is a mall.
There's a factory outlet that is also around half a kilometer or 1 kilometer towards the ashram, where there are so many things, you can just go there. It's a factory outlet. It's a huge outlet.
Right. Okay, perfect. So another question which commonly gets asked is, I don't know, there is a misconception where people feel that if you're living in a retirement community, your family can only visit and they cannot stay with you. Is that true?
No, it can't. It's not true, because you own your house. Your family is welcome to come to your house. They can stay. It's your own house. So it's just like living, that's the big thing, which everybody thinks, that you're in a retirement community, you're not allowed to have people. It's not that. Your people, you have a house which you own. The only thing difference from another community is that they can come and go, or this is called senior living. That doesn't mean that your family isn't allowed. Your friends are allowed, your family is allowed. They can come and live with you. They can stay with you. So there's nothing. It's only a extra help which we get, which we don't get in other societies.
Right. So is there anybody currently, any of the residents who are actually living with their family on an extended basis? Like that's the family, structure they have, that they live with their family. Is there anybody like that?
I don't think so.
One
No?
auntie stayed with her daughter.
There is, I think, yeah.
Nimi, what is that?
Yeah, there is one auntie staying with her daughter here. There is Rupashri ma'am who is staying with her parents here.
Okay.
She stays here.
Yeah, Rupashri. There is a Rupashri ma'am who's staying with her parents, and there's one more. There are a couple of them who are staying with their children here. They are.
No, I think that dispels a lot of misconceptions that people generally carry, that, family cannot stay with you. And I think that is what Adarsh was trying to tell us last time also. It's your house. You are allowed to, your family, of course, can stay with you, right? So that I think clarifies. So I think Mr. Chandrasekhar, you have also bought the house, right? Or are you on a rental?
No, I am the owner.
You're the owner. But would you have an idea? Because I see a lot of questions where people are asking, what are the rentals like? And would you have, either of you have an idea? What is the rental rate like?
Rental rate, I think it is from maybe between 20 and 25,000. Exactly, I don't know. I think that is the average rental value. Rental.
Okay. And how about the monthly expenses, the monthly maintenance charges and all? What does that amount to usually?
Monthly expense, your maintenance comes to about 5 rupees per square foot, 5 to 6 rupees per square foot.
Okay. And that includes your facilities and everything included in there, right? The usage of facilities.
Facility for 2 people, nearly about 11,000 for 2 people. Breakfast, lunch, dinner.
Okay.
Average 11,000.
Okay.
And your medical and your mopping inside housekeeping, that comes to about 7 to 8,000 per month. Including medical, group exercise, your events, coin series, everything included. That is separate.
So one of the questions which I see here is Mr. Bhatia has asked, how about somebody on a wheelchair? Do you have any residents who are actually on a wheelchair and staying there?
Yeah, so many.
Yeah.
There are many.
Okay.
I think more than we haven't counted, but it may be more than six or seven.
And is it easy for them to navigate around, move around? Do they have help available? How does it work? Or do they have to get their own help? Do they have to bring in their own attendant or somebody? How does it work?
No, they can have a caretaker. They can, agencies are there. Our office people in getting the caretaker for them. Okay. There are people who are staying with caretakers.
Okay, can you tell us about the size of the houses? What is like 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom? How is it?
One bedroom, 1.5, 1.5, 2.5.
Okay.
All options. Yes.
Hari has a question. He's asking, what do you miss the most after moving here? Is there something which you miss? Mr. Chandrasekhar, would you want to take that?
We don't miss anything here. In fact, we don't get old. Our children talk to us on phone anytime. I don't think we miss anything here, as far as I know.
Okay. अंजलि जी, आप कुछ मिस करती हैं या मूव करें, ऐसा कुछ जो आप पहले कर रही थी अब नहीं कर रही हैं, आपकी फैमिली कहीं दूर है, ऐसा कुछ जो आप मिस करती हैं जो आप पहले कर रही थी पर अब नहीं कर पा रही?
मैं फ्रेंड्स को बहुत मिस करती हूँ, महाराष्ट्र के उधर का, पूना का।
ओके।
इसलिए मैं रोज डेली उनसे बात करती हूँ, और वो भी बीच बीच में जाके आती, मैं 2 महीने जाके आ गई अभी, और घर भी है उधर। मैं बहुत मिस करती हूँ उन लोगों को। इधर भी
आपने यहाँ नए फ्रेंड्स भी बनाए?
हाँ, बनाए हैं। इधर भी बहुत फ्रेंड्स है मेरे, और एंजॉय करते हैं।
Uma, how about you? Is there something that you miss about your previous lodging which you don't have here?
No. I only miss Mumbai. That's it. I miss Mumbai very badly because the culture and the food and things are very, very different. So that's the only thing I miss. Otherwise, friends, of course, I've made everywhere, so no problem.
Okay. And Hari wants to know, since you said you use the computer and all, how good is the internet facility?
Internet?
Yeah,
we have a broadband service here. The Airtel services are here. So you have the DTH also and the internet also. So it's a broadband thing, so it's good.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Shenoy has a question. He says he likes to go for long walks up to 15 kilometers, or goes for, enjoys going for cycling. Will he be permitted to go? Nimi?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, I don't see why would anybody stop you, right? That's your personal choice. Yeah.
He wants a company. Others can join him for cycling.
Yeah. Others is too good at it. Correct. Okay. So tell me something, Uma. When you were making this decision of coming to a retirement community, were you very well supported by your children in this choice, or were there any doubts or any questions? Because retirement communities is a very new concept in our country, right? And in some communities, it is still considered, there is some social stigma which is attached to it, like where somebody may feel that you're not taken care of. That's why you had to move to a senior living community, because either you're not comfortable staying with your children, or they are not happy to have you there. What are your thoughts on that?
No, so actually, because I've been having friends, and my son is abroad. So it's not going to be, we could have very well shifted there, but I don't think that was the right place, because again, you're alone over there. My son will be in the office, and then you would hardly have time, and you just can't do anything by yourself. You don't have, the biggest thing is you need help. After a particular age, you need help. And for me, the problem was my husband, because he needs help very often, and I can't be doing things alone. So I was always thinking about coming here. And then there's another question which used to always come into my mind: what happens if one of us go? So this was a very big question which was working on us. So I had always thought that I would go to a place where even if one of us remains, so because the children will be busy in their things, so when they can come and go, that's different. So every day.
How did your children feel about it when you made
it was fine with him. Yeah, my son actually, he came for choosing this thing, and it was very fine with him, and he was happy that I could get help. Because what happens is, when I was in Coimbatore, my husband has a typical back problem, so then when suddenly he had a locked back, and then I used to lift him up and bring him and take him to a doctor who is miles away. So then again, put him in the car or wait for the driver to come in and then go. So these were all problems which I was facing for so long. So I wanted something where, now here what happens is, if he did have a back problem here, but then the physiotherapist is just a floor down. So you just come down, you get or even for something like a small injection, you have to search out for a doctor, wait in the queue for so long, for small things, So this did help, and I was always thinking that I needed help sometime. I've been always running around doing things. I knew that I won't be able to do this. How long I would do, I didn't know. So this was something which was.
Is there a doctor on call option available? If if it's not a physiotherapist work, then is there a doctor on call available?
Is there. Of course, yeah. She's there from morning to evening. She's there.
Every day?
Yeah, every day. So that's not a problem. You can just walk over and, even on Sundays now, I should tell you this, because last Sunday, my husband had an angina pain, and it was a Sunday, and I didn't know what it was. So then I just called the nurse. Immediately he came, he saw his vitals, he checked his vitals, everything was okay. And then they gave me one Sorbitrate. They said, in case it increases, so, you put it, and then they were checking continuously. So this was something which it was the biggest help. Otherwise, I would have to run somewhere to some doctor who would not be available on Sunday. And this nurse here, she called the doctor and she told her that give this tablet, keep it with her in case this happens. So this is what happened just last Sunday. So I have all the help, and I'm really grateful, actually.
That's very comforting. That's very, very comforting, right? Yes. Yeah. Mr. Chandrasekhar, how did your kids react when you decided to move to a retirement living community?
In fact, they only chose this place. When we booked this flat,
right?
They only chose this place. So they are all very happy. In fact, my son is very happy.
Because they know you are taken care of.
Yes. Everything is being taken care. Our medical records are here. So anything, any emergency, it is taken care of.
But how does it work? In case there is an emergency, are your kids informed? Do they get to know? How does that work?
Their number is here. All their contact numbers are here. So any eventuality, they are told. They are always connected. Their numbers are here. Phone numbers are here. So any emergency, they can tell their children. We can tell.
No, in fact, I remember Adarsh was last time telling us about a situation where somebody had passed away during the COVID time, and their family could not really come down because of the whole pandemic situation, and how the Primus team had stepped in and taken care of all the last rites and all the ceremonies. Am I correct?
Exactly. Yes.
Okay. And somebody's asked me, where is this facility in Bangalore? It's actually on Kanakpura Road, diagonally opposite to the Art of Living Ashram, right? So that's where Primus Reflection is. And it's a project by Primus Life Spaces. And Primus Life Spaces, I would call them a pioneer of senior living communities in Bangalore specifically. And it's a passion project for others who took his learnings by visiting multiple projects in different countries, and then brought back his learnings and put them all together in this passion project of his. And Uma, can you just one last quick question, which I just came up. Can you talk about the housekeeping facilities? How does the house help and those kind of laundry and these kind of services work?
Yeah, see, now what happens is we have these people who do it. That is the housekeeping for the cleaning for all the flats. And suppose there is somebody who requires something extra help, like me. Like sometimes I do in the evening cookings, and I would want someone to come in and help me. So then I have a person, who comes in maybe once a week or every day also. She can come in. There are people who call there are people who can come in, these household people who help you with all these things. So that's not a big problem, I think, it's an extra service which is paid for separately. It doesn't come into the Primus thing. But then basically I should tell you what we have here is deep cleaning, which is something very, very good, which we have every 45 to 60 days. And that's what help which we require, because every window and every glass pane and your fans are cleaned. So this is what, so this cleaning is...
This is done for everyone, and do you have to pay extra, or is that...
No, everyone. Everyone. No, it comes into the services.
Okay.
So it is for everyone.
And we hope to be back soon again with another edition of Silver Talkies Live. Thank you everybody in the audience, and thank you for the active participation, because my chat box was running very active. So thank you for that active participation. Love you all, and take care. And thanks, Sam. Thank you everyone. It was a pleasure having you. Thank you, Nimi, and say thanks to Adarsh as well for the idea.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye, everyone. Have a great evening ahead. Bye.
Bye.